Gagaga Xyz structure deck. Is this structure deck worth it or not? We're going to look into it, what skill you should be farming for if you're going to buy this structure deck. Let's get to it live on twitch.tv/duel links meta right now if you're watching this within a few hours of the upload. Let's go, fools!
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
So first of all, looking at the structure deck, this is exactly what you're going to get on your first purchase. This will be free to play on the first time, then you do have to spend money on the other times. So if we look at if we were to spend money on the other times, how much money do you have to spend on this structure deck? The structure deck is going to cost you $4, then $4. So 500 gems initially, then you have to spend money. Is it worth it beyond spending for free once? Well, let's look into it. Let's dissect this real quick. Right away, a card that's not new, but it's reprinted is Memory Loss. This could be added to free-to-play back row now. When a face-up attack position monster activates its effect, you can negate the effect and then change that monster to defense. So it's not as good as a Fiendish Chain, but it's kind of like a Fiendish Chain, kind of like an enemy controller Fiendish Chain. Negate, put them in a defense. They do have to be an attack. So definitely consider using this in your free-to-play decks. At least pick up one. If you don't care about the rest of the cards, this might be worth it if your back row deck, like a Shiranui free-to-play deck, is lacking good back row. Definitely pick up the Memory Loss. Now let's focus on the new cards. But before that, Bacon Saver also being reprinted, pretty good. So let's take away all the cards that are not new. What is brand new? Let's add this. These 4 cards are the only new cards. You're only getting one of each. So starting off, this is the Gaga Academy. This will special summon a Gaga from your deck, but then you cannot special summon. Not even then. You couldn't even special summon before. You can't special summon other monsters except Xyz summoning. And a lot of the Gaga cards have effects to special summon. So if you use Gaga Academy, you could only perform a normal summon, but it still might be worth it for an Xyz Shokan, potentially. Now let's look at Gaga Mancer. This card says it could target a Gaga in the graveyard, special summon it, and then for the rest of the turn, you could only special summon Gaga monsters. Now, that's a big downside because we have great Xyz cards like Utopia. You can't summon Utopia. You could only summon a Gaga Cowboy or the Gaga Samurai if you get that from the main box. So big warning going into the structure deck. The best use of the structure deck is combined with the main box. So if you're not going to go into the main box, I'll show you the cards you need. It might not even be worth it to go in on this. Now, we have Zubabanko, Gaga Coat. This card is insane. You are getting the structure deck for this card. Let me show you a combo with this after I tell you the effect. If you control a Zuba or a Gaga on the field, you could special summon it. So right then and there, you could Xyz Shokan. Or its other effect, besides special summoning, is target a Go-Go or a Doo-Doo in the graveyard and special summon it. Now this says if you activate that effect, you could only special summon from the extra deck Xyz monsters. This restricts you to only summoning Gagas. This says you could only summon Xyz from the extra deck. So the restriction on this is much more open-ended than the Mancer. With the Gaga Zubabanko, you could still make a card like Utopia. Now let's show you a combo with this. Now sadly, the best combos with this are going to be from the main box. So I'll show you 2 combos. Thank you, Atlas, from the Duel Links Meta Discord. We're going to look at those combos. So the combos start right here. All right, so from the main box, we have Utopic, Animo, and the Gaga Sister, a super rare and an ultra rare from the main box. You're going to need this for this combo with the Zuba Gaga Coats. Now, let's get to it. Let's make the first play. This will activate to special summon a Gaga from the hand. Since the Zuba Gaga can special summon itself, we're not going to special summon itself. Now, if the Gaga Sister on the field, she could target herself on another monster, and they both become the combined level. So level 4 plus level 2, they both become level 6. So now that's a level 6 if we want to do that. Now the Zuba Gaga Coat is going to special summon because we control a Gaga and or a Zuba, and the Utopic is a Zuba Gaga Go-Go or a Doo-Doo. It's part of the card effect. The Zuba Gaga Coat wants a special summon a Go-Go or a Doo-Doo from the graveyard. So let's figure out a way to get a Go-Go or a Doo-Doo in the graveyard by Xyz Shokan. So the Gaga Sister and the Utopic are going to make a rank 6 because they are level 6 each, and this will detach for its effect. And by detaching the correct card, not the Gaga sister, this is considered to always be a Zuba, Gaga, Gogo, or a Doo-Doo. Now, the Zuba is going to special summon it onto the field. And then we can make a Utopia. That is insane. Utopia will negate an attack up to twice because it has 2 materials. And there you go. You can't do stuff like that with the Gaga Mancer. If you activate its effect, you can only special summon Gaga. So you could see how important it is to not restrict yourself on the type of Xyz you summon. Now, another quick combo, it's going to basically be the same thing, but if you do not have a rank 6 or you don't have the Gaga sister, you can instead just have a level 4 Gaga. Similar to the other combo, if you don't have a Gaga sister, but you have the Utopic and the Zuba Gaga coat, let's do the play. Boom, special summon, just a level 4 Gaga. We're not even activating the effect of the Gaga Magician, we're just using its name. Make a Gaga Cowboy, just anything that could detach a material, detach the Utopic because it's considered to be a Go-Go or a Doo-Doo while in the graveyard. And that's the only type of card that the Zuba Gaga coat could special summon. And there you go. Again, we're going to special summon it, Xyz into the Utopia. So that is a good time right there. So yes, I do think it is very important if you're going to go in on the structure deck that at minimum, you're going to want Utopic onomatopoeias. And if you're already going for this, you might as well grab your Gaga sisters. And if you're not going to grab either of these cards, I'm going to say the value of the structure deck is severely down because of how core that combo is. Now, also, I do believe it's very important you need this skill. On the screen, return 2 Gaga type cards, Zuba, Gaga, Gogo, Doo-Doos, with different names from your hand, return them to the deck. Then you could add 2 different cards from your deck to your hand. You don't have to have a certain life points. You don't have to trigger the skill. That is insane. This could even return spell and traps with those names. And you add 2 different cards to get that combo going, which I showed you on screen in the duel replays. Now, the last card, after already seeing those combos, is going to be the Gaga Cowboy. Even if you're not going to go into the Utopic or the Gaga Sister, if you pick up the box once, grab a memory loss and grab 1 Gaga Cowboy. Now, Gaga Cowboy back in the day is known for Cowboy for Game. That's so popular. You would go to main phase 2. You would overlay, exceed, pop for 800 for game, but Konami nerfed it. It's only 400 damage. It does half the damage. All new cards being released going forward are going to do half their effect damage instead of their original so that they could all be implemented into Duel Links and be balanced. Otherwise, if it's an attack position, you could detach a material. It will gain 1000 and reduce a monster by 500 when battling just that turn. How that works is it's basically 3000 attack. So if something's 2500, you know what the Gaga Cowboy is going to boost to 25 and reduce the 25 down to 2000 and you'll deal 500 damage as if you were a 3000 attack monster. Now, if you detach the Gaga Mancer will have an additional effect when detached, boost up your Exceed by plus 500. So it essentially makes your Gaga Cowboy 3500 attack. That's my review of the structure deck. Get this skill and make sure you go in the main box for the Utopic and the Gaga Sister. And if you're not going for these, just get the structure deck once for free for the Gaga Cowboy and the memory loss. And maybe I'll try to build a free-to-play deck without those cards. Maybe I'll look into it. I'm live right now on twitch.tv/duellinksmeta. Have at it, fools!